Welcome to Salt Yeet City. Main event, Jey Uso looking to win the World Heavyweight Championship for a second time in his career. Wade, you're supposed to move your arms when you yeet.
I'm doing my own version. My rhythm looks terrible. My arms are so long and I just can't get the bounce right. And I don't think you should ever say Salt Yeet City ever again. It takes something that is organically really cool and makes it dad uncool. Michael Cole. Now this is cool. Watch this, Cole. Yeah, yeet, yeet.
And now you watch this. There we go, see?
Kinda killed it.
And there's Post Malone involved in this as well. Listen, Jey Uso will do anything it takes to win this championship. We saw what he did in the Battle Royal a couple of weeks ago, where he eliminated the likes of LA Knight, the likes of Dominic Mysterio, and even his own brother, Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, that's a certain laser-focused, and it's been a while since I've seen that kind of look in the eye of Jey Uso. In fact, the last time I saw that kind of dead-eyed focus in his eyes, it was right before WrestleMania 42, where Jey Uso fought out of his skin to do the unthinkable and dethrone Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, that kind of superhuman effort is what it's going to take tonight if Jey Uso is once again going to grab that crown.
You know, I had lunch with Jey Uso today. I talked to him about this moment here tonight. He said he had a bad taste left in his mouth after what happened, the way he lost the championship. He wants to win it back again here tonight and prove that he is indeed main event.
A lot of people have had a bad taste left in their mouth when they eat with Michael Cole, so that's no surprise, but I do get your point.
Softball.
Are we going to run it back? Go on! Go on, Music Man! Yes!
Music Man.
Yeah, that hits the music. Someone's going to press play.
That'd be Frenchie, and he's a DJ.
Record or whatever he's playing it off. Drop the needle.
I believe tonight is a must-win for CM Punk. There's no Seth Rollins around, the thorn in Punk's side for the past couple of years. Punk has admitted in recent weeks that window of opportunity is closing. He doesn't know when he'll ever get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. Punk is putting all the pressure on himself, and again, what I believe is a must-win match for the Second City Saints tonight.
Well, I agree with what you just said, but I'd say, for me, it's a must-win for Jey Uso. Look, CM Punk's a made man. Guaranteed he's going in the Hall of Fame. Jey Uso's going to go in the Hall of Fame too, but at the moment, he's going in as one half of the greatest tag team in history. Jey Uso is still trying to prove he's not a one-hit wonder when it comes to the singles world championship level. He's done it once. This is the first time he's slid down the other side of that mountain. Punk has proven time and again he can reverse that slide, get back to the top. The question is tonight, can Jey Uso?
And let's head up to the ring and Lillian Garcia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship! Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso! And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the best in the world, CM Punk!
Well, one note before this matchup gets underway, it's a very emotional night for that man, CM Punk. His gear paying homage to Punk's MMA trainer, Duke Roufus of Roufus Sports Gym. Punk dedicating this match to Duke tonight, who recently passed away. CM Punk very emotional about this tribute as he looks to win the World Heavyweight Championship here tonight. You know, this harkens back to the old school Saturday night's main event back in the day, Wade. Big time heavyweight battle for all the gold between two of the most popular superstars in WWE today.
I'll tell you right now, it's a real rare thing when you get a true 50-50 split in an audience. It's even more rare when you get a 100-100 split where every fan in the audience loves both guys equally. I think they're going to be happy whoever wins this.
Tense opening moments of this match. Rod Zapata, the referee, and we're underway with a collar and elbow tie-up. What do you expect out of Punk here in the early going?
I think Punk has got to take the sting out of Jey Uso early. I think Punk at this level in singles matches for such a great prize has more experience than Jey, and he's going to play some mind games, and it looks like that has started already.
Friendship goes out the window when it comes to the world title. What about Jey Uso? How does he win the championship tonight?
Jey Uso has got to forget the last 3 or 4 months of his career. At times, he's almost mentally spiraled at that loss of the World Heavyweight Championship. He's got to tap back into the Jey Uso that we saw back in March, April. The Jey Uso that led all the way to WrestleMania 42 and dethroning Gunther. Remember that guy, he's still in there. Bring him out tonight.
Jey Uso looking to win a second world championship in his career. CM Punk looking for number 7. Punk, Wade touched on it before, already a Hall of Fame resume. Quickly going for a go to sleep on Jey Uso, who's able to counter, scoop up, roll up, and a kick out by Punk.
Some competitors are slow starters. Takes them a little while to get the adrenaline going. I think Punk was counting on Jey Uso, having a little nerves in the early goings here. Harkens back to that experience factor at this level. Trying to catch Jay Cole, but denied. Jey is ready.
Now Punk working on the left arm of Uso. Slow start to this matchup, which we expected.
But neither man historically has been a 100-mile-an-hour kind of guy, especially when it comes to singles matches for Jey Uso. Both quite methodical. They're going to grind their opponent down, and even more caution perhaps.
Covered by Punk. That was just to send a little message there.
Yeah, when the stakes are so high, you just don't want to slip on a banana peel this early in the match and put yourself at a disadvantage.
Again, working on the arm of Uso. CM Punk, Won an Intercontinental title in his career, tag titles, 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Earned this opportunity. Remember when he beat LA Knight and Jey Uso, pinning Jey in a triple threat match.
Yeah, that's perhaps giving Punk a major mental edge over Jey. Of course, Jey got a second bite of the cherry once Seth Rollins went down in injury, and we need a second #1 contender. And Jey made no mistake that time, winning a Battle Royal a couple of weeks ago to earn himself this spot.
And you know, Wade, we talked a lot about the baggage, right, of the World Heavyweight title that Jey Uso's carrying around. Let's not forget what Punk has been through emotionally over the past, and there's a shoulders down over the past few months. Remember, Punk finally climbed to the top of the mountain at SummerSlam. 5 minutes to celebrate before Rollins, with a ruse of the century, cashing in the Money in the Bank contract and taking the title from Punk.
And that can have two opposite effects on a performer. It can galvanize Punk to make sure something negative like that does not happen tonight after all the disappointment. But also there can be a sense of desperation when you've been so close to glory and he's having snatched away. Maybe you start to realize it's just not my destiny. To have a storybook ending and going in for that kill shot again in the early runnings here, Cole.
Smart by Jey Uso. Roll out of the ring and regroup as Punk went for a GTS for the second time. The go to sleep, Punk's bread and butter.
Well, Punk has set out his stall very early in this one, clearly looking to end this as quickly as possible with the GTS. That's what he sees as his pathway to victory. Perhaps showing Jey Uso his cards very early. The questions are, what is Jey Uso's strategy in the early goings here? We haven't quite figured that out yet.
This is the first time that these two men have ever gone one-on-one in a match, and the stakes could not be higher. And Uso looking to back Punk into the corner. Really a feeling out process here early on.
You can see last week on Raw, CM Punk was clearly trying to get into the head of Jey Uso. I don't think it worked. In fact, it might have had the opposite effect and really solidified Jey Uso's mental state. And that, in return, can affect the mindset of CM Punk. Starts to question, are my powers waning? Do I really have the mental edge against this guy?
4 elbows off the snap mare, cover now, and Jey's got a kick out at 2.
Punk just testing out that body of Jey Uso. Does not know his opponent too well, as you mentioned. Trying to figure out where are his physical weaknesses. Is there anything hurting right now? Both have been through the ringer this year. Both have been in major battles, and Punk there trying, I think, for a neck breaker. I think over-rotating was Jey Uso.
Now he got it, though.
No mistake the second time.
Cover by Punk, forearm in the throat, and Uso able to kick out.
I'll say Jey Uso in the early run-ins here is just looking a little sluggish, and the aggressor has clearly been CM Punk. He's knocked the wind out of Jey Uso somewhat. Jey Uso needs to dig deep here.
Jey may hear the whispers in his ear of his very vocal cousin, the tribal chief Roman Reigns, who's talked a big game with Jey recently, and now Uso with a Samoan drop, and just like that, main event, Jey Uso's back in this.
Yeah, suckered CM Punk in there. You can see Jey Uso has taken a ton of offense, and Punk clearly thought he had a major upper hand. Jey Uso is just waiting for his moment to pounce, and this is it.
Jey Uso going for the spear, and Punk able to wrestle him down, and another neck breaker to Uso. Hook of the leg now by Punk, and a near fall. Is this the pace you expected?
Yeah, it's the pace I did expect from CM Punk. I'm a little surprised from Jey Uso. I expected Jey Uso to come out of the blocks a little bit hotter. I think Jey Uso has clearly been listening to the aforementioned Roman Reigns, who has been in his ear, who traditionally likes this kind of pacing himself. Don't rush into anything. Don't make a physical error in the early going. Just ride out the storm and wait for your moment, because it will come.
But again, Wade, you've been in this situation with championships on the line before. Sometimes you're overthinking. You're too worried about making a mistake instead of just doing what's natural to you in the ring, what's brought you to the dance.
Yeah, and that's the issue that we talked about a little earlier with coming down the other side of the mountain after losing gold. That's when you really start overthinking. Punk knows that danger only too well. He's done it 5 or 6 times previously. Jey doesn't. Jey hasn't been here before, and he's still figuring it out.
And Jey now starting to fight back, and Punk gonna reverse and whip Jay across the ring. Jay hangs on. Punk misses the drop kick. Jackknife cover now by Jay. Remember, this is for the vacant world title, and Punk gets his shoulder up.
Once again, you just see Jay.
Pingy predicament.
Jey Uso trying his best to put some questions in the mind of CM Punk. Just when you think you have the power, just when you think.
Cover again, and this time, a bridge out. And Punk now has Jay where he wants him. Look at the GTS, and it connects. They go to sleep, but Jey Uso collapsed and fell out of the ring. That was Punk's opportunity, but Uso, the momentum, he fell out to the floor. Punk hit the GTS, and now what does Punk do?
Well, Punk traditionally, as the count starts climbing here, Punk traditionally would try and do that in the middle of the ring. It was a reactionary GTS in a bad corner of the ring, and fortuitously for Jey Uso, he fell all the way out.
And now CM Punk throwing water all over Jay, trying to wake him up as he drags him back into the ring. Punk.
Don't wake him up too much. You need him back in the ring, but stack the offense once again, because Jey Uso currently has no clue where he's at.
Man, Jey Uso got lucky there. That GTS connected, but it was too close to the ropes, and Jay just fell out of the ring.
Well, Jey Uso simply looks like a carcass at this point, and Punk is now dominating at will.
You felt the GTS before. Punk floats into the cover, off the suplex, hook to the leg. Jay kicks out.
Yeah, I've tasted one GTS. Don't remember too much about it. In fact, I don't even remember seeing it, but I've watched videos online. Nasty, nasty KO move, and you can see that written all over Jey Uso's body.
Now placing Jay on the top rope. That's stung.
I don't even know if Jey Uso is feeling pain right now. His body has turned to jelly, and there seems to be no fight, no gas left in the tank of Jey Uso, and that's a bad place to be at this point in a match.
Yeah, I think the GTS knocked him silly. And now Punk trying to deliver a superplex, and Jay with a body shot.
A lot of weight to Jey Uso. That is one big, big frame. Make no mistake. It's almost a dead weight at this point after that GTS. But now, perhaps, the embers starting to glow a little in the furnace of Jey Uso.
And Punk off the headbutt. Jay now from the top rope. Uso. Punk ducks underneath.
Great movement once again from CM Punk, but not great enough.
Jay blocks again, and now Jey Uso unloading with the right hand. And Uso starting to feel it now.
Hitting that yeet or retreat moment, and the Yeets are taking over in Salt Lake City.
And you feel like Jey Uso starting to settle in here, Wade.
Yeah, rode out that offense of CM Punk, now picking up the pace I was anticipating, and Punk now looks softened up.
Jey Uso and Punk, though, quickly out of the corner with Jay up on his shoulders again, looking for another GTS, but Jay counters with a super kick.
Yeah, desperation attempt there from Oh, God! Oh, God, he's stacking it too, going up top for 1-2 whammy.
Jey Uso from the top rope, Uso splash, connecting to win the championship. Hook to the leg, Punk survives it too.
Wow, how quickly the tables turn at this level when you've got two competitors as good as this. Punk trying to desperation. GTS simply could not block the super kick, the spear, the splash off the top rope. It's what has led Jey Uso to countless gold in his career, but not tonight, not yet at least.
So much for the feeling out process, the slow start. Punk and Uso picking up the pace now. Both men down. Critical moment in this match.
Well, we're dropping bombs here with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line.
Jey Uso survived the GTS earlier. Punk survived the spear in the Uso splash right now.
You just sensed that Jey Uso was starting to look like a beaten man, but was tapping into that raw, that emotion, the yeet of this audience. And that's when Jey Uso starts to access those top gears.
And now Punk again can't get up. Jey Uso to the top rope. Punk back to his feet. Meet Jay with a right hand.
Yeah, Punk had to get up in a bad way there, taking a ton of offense. The hand of CM Punk now hurting after those shots to the hard head of Jey Uso.
Well-placed elbows by Punk. Tried to do this a bit earlier on, and Jay was able to fight out. But not this time around, superplex.
Knocking the stuffing out of both men. Of course, Jey Uso taking the worst of it, but you can see the spine of CM Punk took a ton of abuse on that landing. Take another look at this. Crashing down hard. Now Jay eats it first, but Punk gets on almost double whammy. The upper back, then the lower back. Look at Post Malone in the background. He's loving every second, isn't he?
Aren't we all? Main event, Saturday night's main event for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. One of these men will head to Raw Monday night as the champ.
You just love these stakes. Always brings the best out of that top tier of performers.
You can feel the pressure mounting with every blow and every move. One mistake could cost you.
Both men so driven, but also fighting with fear at the prospect of what they could lose here.
Wade, you've been close on a number of occasions at a World Championship. It's so hard to finally win the gold.
It's just utterly devastating when you fail at that attempt, and the truth is you never know if you're going to get another one.
Oh, and Punk with a clothesline now. And now CM Punk with a burst of energy. Digging down deep, second win for Punk.
When you're going to block out that exhaustion, every fiber in your body is screaming, leave. Get out of here, stop fighting, just give up. But then realize why you're doing it. You're doing it for the gold, you're doing it to be the best in this industry, the best in the world.
Punk's running knee into his bulldog, and CM Punk now could be closing in on a 7th World Championship.
Punk is now tasting it, and it could be night time, Jey Uso.
Hit the go-to-sleep earlier. Jay was knocked silly, but knocked out of the ring, so Punk couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, clearly weakened since that moment in the match, and another shot here could be it.
And again, Uso able to slip out from behind, deliver a kick to Punk, and drive Punk now out of the ring into the floor.
Got that burst of adrenaline just when he needed it, did Jey Uso. Because you fear a shot to the jaw by that. Oh, God, here we go.
Suicide dive by Jay brings Punk down. Jay's down as well. What a physical match this has been. Did you expect it to be this physical?
Always has to be. Nobody was going to get a walk in the park to win the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Not by two opponents of this caliber. Both men, of course, have been World Heavyweight Champion this calendar year. They are both in peak form. But who can drag themselves over that finish line?
And let's not forget, Jey Uso won his one and only World Heavyweight Championship on the biggest stage in professional wrestling, WrestleMania. Doesn't get any bigger than that, and Jay was able to pull it off.
I'll tell you right now, CM Punk will not count his victory in the World Heavyweight Championship as one for the record books, given it lasted about 5 minutes. In Punk's brain, it simply didn't exist, just a stat in the record books. Now is the night to change that.
You notice how Punk was able to roll back into the ring momentarily to break the count. Now we're at a count of 5. Punk trying to make it back to his feet. Jey Uso now measuring CM Punk, stalking Punk. Jey Uso looking for a spear through the barricade. We mentioned his cousin Roman Reigns earlier. Jey Uso pulling one out of the book of the Tribal Chief with a spear through the barricade. The official, Rod Zapata, checking on both men. I got to give the official credit. He's letting a lot go here in this matchup tonight because there's no champion. There's no champion's advantage. This is for the vacant world title.
Well, if you're going to steal from anyone's playbook, make sure it's Roman Reigns, the best of the past 10 years in this industry.
Now Jay up top again. Punk's in trouble. Uso splash. Punk got the knees up. Punk got the knees up.
That's how Punk beat Jey Uso a couple of weeks ago.
Just like this, with the GTS, to go to sleep. Shades of Raw. Cover, hook of the leg. Jay kicks out at 2.
Oh, Punk thought it was over. The arena thought it was over. Punk is devastated.
Again, Punk had Jay where he wanted him. First, Jay delivered the spear through the barricade, but Punk was able to recover as he got the knees up for the Uso splash, and you mentioned it, Wade. The way that Punk earned this opportunity by beating Jay in a triple threat with the same move on Monday Night Raw.
Well, the whole arena, including Post Malone, thought we had a new World Heavyweight champ. It was deja vu until Jey Uso did the unthinkable and kicked out. Oh, God.
Oh, no, Punk now, looking for a pile driver, and Jey Uso able to counter. And Uso now with Punk on his shoulders, it's a go to sleep. His Punk's own move, the GTS, and now Jay went for a spear, and Punk hit Jay with a spear, and now the cover for the title, and a kick out by Uso.
Oh, God, all of the oxygen just got sucked out of this arena. It's what you have to do at this level. Keep your opponent guessing. Pull a move out of his playbook. The GTS from Jey Uso, the spear from Punk.
And now Punk says it's time. It's time to put this one to bed. It's time to crown me world champion again.
Can CM Punk pick his frame up after the amount of abuse Jey Uso has thrown his way?
Man, this has been a war. Been a hell of a war. Punk with Uso up on his shoulders, looking for the go-to-sleep, connects on the jaw. Jey Uso just collapses right back out of the shoulders of Punk, and Punk may be able to do it again. Oh, and no, Jey Uso, looking for the sleeper. This is the way that Jey beat Gunther at WrestleMania with the sleeper hold. Is Punk gonna tap? Is Punk gonna pass out?
Punk's a long way from the rope here. He simply cannot reach. Squeeze Jey Uso if you want to claim the gold again.
He did it against Gunther. Can he do it against Punk tonight? Punk, though, rolls over onto his belly, into a cover, looking for the Anaconda Vice.
What a reversal just when it looked like it was over.
Into the Anaconda Vice. Punk submission move now. Uso's in trouble. Can Punk get Uso to tap?
Oh, God, squeezing the life out of Jey Uso, and Jey is fading.
Jey trying to make himself to the bottom rope, and he grabs the rope, and he saves himself, and this war continues.
And Punk's not breaking until he has to. And Jey Uso now looks like a beaten man.
And again now Jey Uso, he's got Punk caught, Punk trapped, Punk kicks it 2.5.
Both men hanging on by a thread.
Oh, and a kick. Punk went to the official for some reason. Uso took advantage, a couple of super kicks.
This one swung back and forth in the space of about 2 minutes.
Went for the spear, knee by Punk. Knee by Punk to Uso. Uso made a critical mistake. Going to sleep by Punk. Jey collapses off the ropes. Back onto the shoulders of Punk. Punk with another GTS. Collapses into the cover. CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion.
Here is your winner and the new World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk!
What a match! Both of these men giving everything they had, digging down deep, fighting back in the bottom of the ninth, and CM Punk able to pull it off. Jey Uso has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. He made his family proud tonight. But you're looking at CM Punk, an emotional victory, dedicating this to his longtime MMA trainer, Duke Roufus, who passed away recently. And now CM Punk is a 7-time world champion.
Long and arduous journey filled with bitter disappointments and major pitfalls, but finally CM Punk is back on top of the world of professional wrestling as the World Heavyweight Champion. And this is Jey Uso launching a volley of super kicks and then apparently beaten CM Punk. And just when Jey Uso goes for that spear, it was one lifted knee from CM Punk, and then not one, but two GTSs connecting flush on the jaw of a spent Jey Uso, and a thrilling moment of sheer relief washes over the new champ CM Punk as this audience loses their collective minds.
Wade, you used the best word of the night to describe CM Punk. Relief. CM Punk has finally won the World Heavyweight Championship. For CM Punk, it is about vindication. There's no Seth Rollins to spoil the party. CM Punk is on top of the world. The best in the world is on top of the world. Congratulations to the new World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.